we're at a very important phase in the news agenda. If we think of 2016 and the kind of joint events of they're always put together, of the Brexit referendum in the UK and the presidential election of 2016, I think people can generally agree that that was the first time that the population at large became aware that manipulation of some description had taken place by actor or actors unknown, that it became tactically not legitimate but common to present narratives that may not have been rooted in actual truth. It became acceptable to force a narrative in such a way that, not necessarily to create an alternative narrative, but to undermine what people's discretion was about what was true and wasn't. And my own belief is, regardless of which side of the political divide you sit, is that we in the communications world, and we as the partners of technology companies and the enablers to some extent of technology companies, have really not done the populace a great service in terms of helping people understand what's true and what isn't. And as we've got a general election in the UK coming up in December, concurrent with impeachment hearings in the House of Representatives, concurrent with the primary process and the Democratic nomination, my sense is that it's got worse and not better in the 3 years since 2016. And I worry enormously about what outcomes are going to be created over the next year or so. And I think that the so-called mainstream media, which is really the news media, it's not the mainstream media, is the news media, has got to keep its mettle. I think it has to be incredibly self-aware and incredibly not censoring is the wrong word, but to think very, very, very critically about what they choose to write, what positions they choose to take, because the moment they do things that allow themselves to be depositioned because people can demonstrate that they are either severely partisan or have gone too far in their interpretation of facts, or have commingled an opinion and news, I think they create an internal vulnerability which undermines the rest of their mission. And it's tremendously difficult to completely separate opinion and news. And however publishers might protest that they are not the same thing, it's very easy for someone who wants to tell other people that you are wrong or fake, for them to conflate news and opinion because their audience won't know the difference or won't recognize the difference. So I believe that news organizations who choose to report the news are going to have to do it with enormous discipline and with enormously well-researched and detailed support for what they do, and maybe rein in some of their opinion. What was proven in 2016 was that the opinion and endorsement of what's been now called the mainstream news is not enough anymore in order to sway the results, because had it been, it would have been a landslide victory for Hillary Clinton against Donald Trump, absolutely clearly. And so we need to find new mechanisms to do that. We need to find new ways of distributing it. And my own sense is that less is more. We need more precision and create less opportunities for that precision to be depositioned by other people.